Okay, so that was today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But of course, next we got to do some comments. So we're going to get into that before I get out of here. So let's get started. So Alfonso Avila says on the Won't Go Out Today official video, damn, bro, I never knew you were built. Stay on that grind for real. Love your music, by the way. Yeah, you know, it's, what can I say? What can I say? You know, I was at my friend's house the other day, and his mom came over, and his mom, I guess she hasn't seen me in a while, and I had my tank top on, and she was like, you know, she was you know, she didn't compliment me, but you know, she was admiring the muscles, you know, and I started like flexing and doing like the yeah. She was like, I should have never said nothing, but yeah, man, I be getting it in, especially during the summer. Like I've been having a blast. Like I like to go out. I like to go out in the backyard and work out during the summer because it's the sun is out. It's hot. I love it, man. I be having a blast doing it. Like I'm always in the best shape of my life during the summer. But yeah, I love working out. I think a lot of my happiness is just based around taking care of my body, really. So Zeon Don says on the Nightwalk vlog, episode 22, embracing my virginity was the best decision I ever made. Copium the video. You know, I understand why people might say that, you know, and I thought, I was like, man, people hear this, they're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Right? They're gonna think I'm crazy, but you know, I don't think that's the case at all. I 100% mean it, you know, but it's just like what I was talking about, man. It's like, one thing I know is about life, people don't appreciate the things you don't do. It's like, if I was out here fucking and in relationships in my early 20s, and let's say, you know, I ended up getting girls pregnant, put on child support and all that shit, y'all would have been looking at me like, oh, this another dumbass nigga on child support. Right? I would have been a statistic. And it's just, oh, look at this dumbass nigga. Here I am at 30, avoided all that bullshit, and I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. But then what do people say now? Oh, it's a cope, right? That's the thing about it's like, you can't really win, because the problem is people always look at this issue from like, they always think about the best case scenario, right? It's like, if you're a virgin, they don't think about all the bad things you've avoided. They just look at the fact that you don't have that ideal situation. They don't look at the fact that you avoided all the bullshit too. They don't look at all the negatives that you avoided. And you know, as I've gotten older and I see so many guys around me suffering as a direct result of their sexual indulgences, it becomes more and more clear to me that, damn, I made a good ass decision. Right? And I go a step further. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. But being a virgin, embracing being single, is a cheat code to life. It's a fucking cheat code to life. And I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna explain that on the Nightwalk vlog, you know, maybe the next one or like, but it's a cheat code. And I'm gonna break down why later. So haha, what a story mark says on the Way of the Samurai episode of the Botcast. Good Botcast, good point. Reading my comment around why doesn't a man think about a woman's height when it comes to offspring? It's like we just ignore the woman's height and expect that any male son would be as tall as us. Maybe there's some scientific truth to that. I don't even really know. Yeah, I've never really looked into that, but certainly if she's shorter, that's gonna have an effect on the genetics of the child though, right? One example that stands out to me is LeVar Ball. You know, he's the father of LiAngelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, and Lonzo Ball. You know, two of them are in the NBA. Lonzo Ball played with LeBron James for a while. Now he's playing with the Pelicans, I believe, alongside Brandon Ingram and he's with the Chicago Bulls right now, I think. And LaMelo is with the Charlotte Hornets, I believe. But anyway, the thing about LeVar Ball, his wife is tall like he is, right? And he specifically chose his wife because she was tall. And so all of his sons are over 6 feet tall. All of his sons are over 6 feet tall, and 2 of them made it to the NBA. And the third one, some people still believe he has potential to make it into the NBA, but 2 out of 3 sons made it to the NBA. And you have to give some credit for that to the fact that he chose a wife that was tall like him to ensure the fact that they would have the genetic advantage of height that would give them a better chance at making it to the NBA. I mean, come on, bro. If more men thought like that, who knows? So Bilal Fernandez says on the Chad Marco video stream, Streets Rage 4, why do you consider yourself a moist ninja, Marco? I'm curious on why you perceive yourself that way. Also, congrats on wizard status. I think I'm going to be joining you soon. Well, you know, the moist thing within like black Twitter is like, it's meant to be like gay or some shit like that. And you know, I like trannies. I like tranny porn. I like traps and shit like that, which is pretty gay. That, you know, it was Hellbreaker who brought it up in the chat, right? And I like traps and tranny porn and shit like that, which is pretty gay. But I think that it kind of gets overlooked because I'm not actually interested in dating and fucking niggas, right? But you know, technically you could say that I'm bisexual because I like trannies and trap porn, right? But I guess like my sexuality or my situation is kind of unique in that despite being a fan of trap porn and being a moist ninja, you know, I'm still not interested in actually like doing anything with a guy or a trap or wherever the fuck, a girlfriend male in real life. But you know, I think I talked about it before on one of the episodes of How to Be a Neat. But I've been wanting to talk about it again too, though, like the whole trap phenomenon and like sexuality, because I see a lot of guys who are like either confused about their sexuality or just kind of in that weird place of like being into traps but not attracted to like guys real life. But you know, I think I talked about it before on one of the episodes of How to Be a Neat. But I've been wanting to talk about it again too, though, like the whole trap phenomenon and like sexuality, because I see a lot of guys who are like either confused about their sexuality or just kind of in that weird place of like being into traps but not attracted to like guys in real life, or being predominantly attracted to women, or you know, just all kinds of like pseudo bisexual shit, right? And so I think there'll be a good topic for an episode of the podcast too. I've been wanting to do that one, but and especially like to break down specifically why I wouldn't fuck a guy or a trap, even though I'm a fan of like trap porn and shit like that. But you know, it's all just a joke about, you know, moist flexible ninjas. Thanks for that comment, Bilal. So how do you say this? Something Japan, I can't read Japanese. Great video, I'm your fan. He said that on the Nightwalk vlog. Embrace my virginity with the picture made. Thanks for that video. Japan, I'm sorry for your loss of Abe Shinzo. You're in my thoughts. So Mustafa Aiden says on the Where the Samurai episode of the podcast, Chad, you are probably one of the greatest, I'm assuming, in the world. I respect your content, my brother. I thank you for that comment, Mustafa Aiden. I know I'm pretty goddamn awesome. So my Melio says the Chad virgin. I think that's a good, I like that. I like that. I mean, look, I wouldn't say I'm a Chad. I'm not like, come on, I'm not a Chad. I'm Chad Marco, but I'm not a Chad. I just think I'm cool as fuck. You know, I think that's really what it is. I'm cool and I'm in shape. But sometimes even I wonder, like, damn, like, look, I know I don't put in the effort. I get it. I don't put in the effort. I don't even try. I make no effort to get laid whatsoever. But still, it's still kind of amazing to me, like that's all it really takes, you know, to keep your virginity. And so Katuro says on the same video, yo, Chad, do you play Smash Bros? I guess it's because I had on what is it? What do you call it? The Smash Ball lanyard, the Super Smash Brothers theme lanyard. I got on my Evangelion one right now, and I just bought a new one. I have a Cowboy Bebop one too. I want to get another Naruto one because my old one broke. But no, I don't play Smash. I haven't played Smash Brothers since Melee. So I'm way behind the ball. I haven't played Smash since Melee. But shit, I would love to play it if I had like a Nintendo, whatever the hell is out now. So I can't pronounce that. Says, I wish I could think this way, but I only think of all the pleasures I'm missing out on. That's on the Embracing My Virginity was the best. That's a long title. But yeah, that was on the Embracing My Virginity episode of the Nightwalk blog. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, cause it seems like people are just built different. I think some people are just more inclined to not be bothered by not being in a relationship. And some people are just more inclined to want to have that family life, to want to have kids and a wife and all that shit. You know, maybe I should try to like scientifically break down like why I think I've achieved this enlightenment. But just look at what you said though. I only think about the pleasures I'm missing out on. I mean, obviously if that's what you do, then that's gonna be your perspective, right? But I don't do that. Like, my perspective is more balanced. Like, I think of the good and the bad. You know, I'm not so delusional that I don't give credit and credence to the good that one could achieve within a relationship and enjoy within a relationship and sex and whatnot. But it's just that I see so much bad that it's hard to give a fuck. I mean, when I say that I've never seen a healthy relationship in my life, I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. My entire life, I have never seen a relationship where I say, you know what, that's what I want for myself. You know, I want something close to. I've never seen it. So, why I think this way, why I am the way that I am, it makes perfect sense. You know, now I know that my anecdotal experience is not the way of the world, but our environment has so much of an effect on how we think about things. And what you can look at it as a blessing or a curse, but you know, the fact is, growing up, I've seen no positive examples of a relationship that I could say, you know what, I'd rather have that than be single. I've never seen that, at least not in real life. Of course, if you go on the internet and look for it, you can find it. But I'm saying like my reality, like when I go outside, the people that I know, what I see, I don't see those things. And so it's no wonder why I feel the way that I do, because my experiences have told me sex is bad, relationships are bad. And then my experiences have showed me being single fun. You're free. You know, no drama, no stress, no fighting, no kids. You know, what am I supposed? How am I supposed to feel? So on the same video, haha, with a story mark, says, the way I've looked at it over the past few years is that sex, love, lust is like a spell a woman puts on a man. I've seen so many people change after a girl has spread her legs for them, or even before, with the man completely bending his will to get the reward. This is something that even ancient people knew all over the world thousands of years ago. There are chaotic female spirits in ancient Chinese and Japanese. I forgot to hit the read. Damn. Oh, I fucked up. Oh man. Look, I'm gonna have to just I fucked up. I didn't get the whole comment there. I forgot to hit read more. So I'm just have to reply to what I see. But he's right on the money though. It really is like a spell, but I wouldn't say it's that one-sided though. You know, I think that women can fall for men almost as hard as men can fall for women, right? I think what tends to happen though is that because of hypergamy or the 80-20 rule, I think that typically it's harder for men to put women under that spell, or the average guys at least. I think that when the roles are reversed and it's a high value man or a very attractive man dealing with a less attractive woman, then you will see that the things that women would do to try to maintain that relationship, to please that man, is very reminiscent of what you see the average guy doing to maintain his relationship. So I don't think it's just something that women necessarily do to men. I think that it can be a mutual thing. It's just that because women tend to have more value than men, more often than not, women tend to be the ones with the power in relationships, with the power in terms of the exchange of sex. In the world of dating, women just tend to dominate. But when you're talking about guys who actually are like in the upper echelon of men, high tier men, high value men, chads, like they can get women wrapped around their finger too. But definitely true. Like the thing about people changing after a girl has spread their legs for them. You know, I've seen that myself. You know, with one of my good friends. You know, we both can be, you know, goofy, silly, you know how young guys are. You know, you don't really got your shit together. But I always saw him as being a reasonable person, you know, a reasonable, level-headed person. But the things he'll tolerate within a relationship, I mean, it's really, quite frankly, just pathetic. Right? I mean, like, just to give you a taste, like, he's in a toxic relationship. His girl is so crazy that he can't even have peace in his own house where he paying bills at. So what he'll do sometimes, he'll get in his car and he'll drive to my house and he'll park in my front yard and just sleep in his car. Right? And see, he's too proud to even knock on the door and ask, yo, can I crash on the couch? Right? And part of it too is that he needs to watch the car, because if he's inside, his girl might pull up and like bust the windows out or something. She's crazy as fuck. But there have been several times where I walked outside and this nigga this was before summertime. Like during the winter, this nigga would be out in like 30-40 degree weather, 3 o'clock in the morning, sleep in his car, wrapped up in like shirts and towels and shit. All because his girl acting so crazy that he can't sleep in his own home, the home that he paying bills in. Right? And that's the nature of his relationship. And he will not leave her. That's the insanity of relationships. That's the insanity of love. So when people listen to me and they think I'm fucking coping, dude, you don't know shit. You don't know a goddamn thing. That's what the fuck I see in my life. That's what relationships look like to me, right? That's insanity, right? And the scariest thing about it is that, you know, he's not some fucking retard, right? He's a reasonable person with a decent head on his shoulders. It's no excuse, but that's the power of lust. That's the power of sex. Got this man sleeping in his car in 30-degree weather when he has a home that he's paying bills at. But he'd rather sleep in his car than be around his girl. But the attachment is so strong that he still can't leave. At some point, he still goes back to that home and the craziness resumes. Thanks for that comment. So, Hopeless Dreamer says, this guy's a virgin. He looks handsome. If he can't get any, there's no hope for me. That's a compliment. But then Karda Jalil Toma says he looks handsome, not even close. Deathnick, which means that you're not white, therefore that's an advantage. Plus 410 face, being generous. 4. I wouldn't say 4. I give myself at least a 5 in the face. Come on, look, you see the cut of that jaw? Don't know his height, but it's over anyway, unless 6'4". My height is 5'8". You know, I think, you know, he's pretty spot on, but 4'10" in the face, nah, man, come on now. You gotta give me at least one more point than that. I think I'm sufficiently handsome. So haha with a story mark then replies, he's no Giga Chad, but he looks good and also has a chill persona that is very likable. I think the point is that he is not your run-of-the-mill basement dwelling incel stereotype. And I think that's really what it is. You know, I get a lot of guys saying things like, just like Hopeless Dreamer, this guy's a virgin. Like, what? Look, bruh. This is how crazy this shit is, bruh. I was playing Evil Dead, the game, right? And you know, that's a multiplayer game where you can play with mics and whatnot. So I played with different groups on Discord, and you know, we're all on mic playing the game together and stuff like that. And so I was telling people about my channel, and I was telling them about the whole like virgin neat theme of it, right? And then one of the guys was like, dude, you're not a virgin. Like, there's no way. Right. And I'm like, dude, how do you know? How do you know whether I'm a virgin or not? Like you don't know me. Like, we're just talking about, you know, this game over mic and shit. But what I think what's interesting about it was that just based on my energy in interacting with him, he couldn't believe I was a virgin. He don't know what I look like, but just based on like my energy, he was like, you're fucking around. You can't be a virgin, bro. Like, and of course that's a compliment for me, right? But I think that's kind of what makes my situation interesting, is that it's not that I'm a Giga Chad. It's not even that I'm high value or anything like that. I just think that when you look at me, the combination of my boyish, handsome, good looks and my personality, you wouldn't expect someone like me to be a virgin. But the way the dating game is now, you know, it's just shit. It happens, man. And so Richard Bugg says the same thread of comments. He's mentioned about being 5'10". I'm 5'8". I've never said I'm 5'10", but I guess you know, the Chad Marco lore is probably all over the place. And then Karja responds to, God, I got an earache. Karja responds to Mark and says, majority of them do not fit the stereotype. He doesn't look good and personality is a meme. The fact is he's sub 5 facially, 5'10", 5'8". Deathnick Wizard without major social economical status, true, is over. Actually, it never began. His only hope is leg lengthening surgery to at least 6 feet. Even that's low. Plus thug maxing or status, social, and money maxing. Skin bleaching, even considering all this, is pretty over. I think I like the way I look. I'll put it like that. I like the way I look. I wouldn't say I look good. I just like the way I look, you know, and I don't know how people should take that. But I like the way I look. You know, I don't have an issue with the way I look. I like the way I look. And personality, I think, I don't think personality is a meme. I think personality I think it can be important. I don't really like the word personality though. Like I prefer the word attitude. You know, I think attitude is more specific to what I think can make the difference as far as like how you deal with women is your attitude towards it, and your outlook, your energy, shit like that. But he believes I'm a sub 5 facially. I'll take that. I disagree. I think I'm at least a 5. But, you know, 1 or 2 point differential, not a big deal. 5'10", I'm actually 5'8", though. Ethnic, I don't think that really matters. Look, no. Race matters, right? But the thing is, I'm black in the black community. And as far as like the way the races kind of interact with each other, you know, it's not like with Asian guys where Asian women overwhelmingly love white guys, right? I know that there are quite a few black women who are attracted to white men, but I don't think it's in the same ballpark as what Asian guys have to deal with in regards to their women preferring another race. You know, me being black could be a disadvantage dealing with white women, Asian women, whatever. But I think that I'm firmly safe and at home with, as far as like black women are concerned, you know. And I gotta say, I know I've talked about it before, but Melly Monaco's Pineapple Show, right? The little speed dating show. Most of the girls that she brings on are like black or mixed or something. And one of the main things or traits that they look for in a guy is, of course, you know, height. You know, he gotta be 6 feet plus. But what surprised me was how many girls straight up said, I want a black man, right? I want a black man. Like these are black and mixed girls up there for the most part. And most of them have said, I want a black man. You know, so I think my ethnicity doesn't really have a big effect maybe outside of my race, but I don't really, I will be satisfied with a black girl. So I don't think that's really, I guess me, I don't worry about it because I'm okay with dating within my race. And I don't think being black isn't a disadvantage like being Asian is. When you're like, being black is not a disadvantage when you want to deal with black women, the way being Asian is a disadvantage when you want to deal with Asian women, right? So I don't really worry about that. But definitely without social economical status, like that's definitely a big downside. But leg lengthening surgery, I wouldn't do that anyway. Thug maxing, that's an option for sure. Black girls love thugs for sure. Like that's definitely not. I wouldn't do it, but that's a realistic, like not practical, but that's some real shit. Statics, social money maxing, that's another legitimate option. But I think that pertains to everybody. Skin bleaching, nah, I'm good on that. I wouldn't do it, and I don't think that's really all that important anyway. Because I think at the end of the day, even if you skin bleach, you're still black, right? Most girls who have like this thing with ethnicity, it's not necessarily the tone of your skin, it's your like, I can't skin bleach to the point of being white or something else. I'm still gonna be noticeably black, so that's not gonna matter anyway. But this guy definitely gave me a harsh critique, you know, and you know, that's fine. But I'm just saying that what I've noticed in my own personal experience, my fans and several of the people around me tend to tend to say or tend to believe that I could get laid, that I could get bitches. Now, the quality of those women, I don't know, right? Now, even me, I'm fairly confident that I could get moon-faced, gorilla, sloppy fat bitches, right? But that's just one of the things that I know. A lot of the people around me tend to believe that I could, you know. My thing is, I know I could get the moon-faced sloppy bitches, but I wonder if I could get anything better than that, right? I think I could if I put in a sufficient amount of effort. But I think taking everything into account, the Chad Marco situation is just I think it's until I get laid, if I ever get laid or get a girlfriend, it's always going to be somewhat of a mystery, you know. Evolution is a mystery. I just thought it, but I think the Chad Marco situation is always going to be somewhat mysterious until I break through, or if I break through and start having sex, because I get different critique, because every now and then I will get someone like Carda who has no faith in my pussy getting ability, right? But then I have people that I know that say the exact opposite, right? And it's not like they're trying to be nice. Like, I remember one of my friends, he came over the other week and he was talking to his cousin, right? Now I'm nowhere around. I'm off in solitude, right? But he told me that he was talking to his cousin, and his cousin was telling him like, man, that nigga E-Man be bullshitting. He can get bitches, right? That's my street name, E-Man, right? And so, you know, that's how people talk about me. Right. So on one hand, you have the Cardas who have no faith in me. And then you have other people like my friends and whatnot, and and other fans who do look at me and say, you know what, this guy could get laid. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I get mixed signals. That's what I'm saying though. Like I definitely get mixed signals. I think my own personal belief is that I could get fat, sloppy bitches easily, but could I get a QT? That's really the question. Like, could I get a QT? That's the question. Oh God, this isn't even done. I thought it was over. Anyway, haha, what a story mark says, you've been on PSL forums too long, dude. Not saying things aren't ridiculous out there in a dating game, but I think you're missing the point of the video. Don't want to speak for Chad, but he leans more MGTOW as per his past videos. This is true. At that point, you stop caring about dedicating your life to things like thug maxing and looking up Indian lead lifting. I forgot to extend the comment again. I'm sorry, but yeah, I got the point. And then Carter says, didn't miss anything as I wasn't talking about the video's merit. All responses were contextual to this subthread. Expressions such as over were used in assumption if he wanted to, which I failed to express, so fair enough. Yeah, I mean, what he's saying is that based on his assessment of my looks, right? And he's not taking personality into account, because for him, personality is a meme, right? So all he's saying is that when he looks at me, he doesn't see pussy getting potential, right? And you know what? That's fine, right? Me personally, I don't care either way, right? My ego isn't invested in that. I see it as when I hear things like what my friend's cousin said about believing that I had the potential to get bitches and shit. Like, you know, hearing stuff like that makes me feel good, right? It's a nice, like, I take it as a compliment, because it sees it shows that they see value in me, and they don't understand why a guy as awesome as I am isn't able to attract women. Right. And so I take that as a compliment, but I don't, like, again, my ego isn't really wrapped up in that. You know, even if it was quote unquote over, even if I was an incel, to me, it wouldn't really make a difference. Whether I'm an incel or a vocel makes no difference to me, because for me, being a virgin and being single is not an issue, right? I can live with it. It's not a big deal. So I don't care either way. But I do get mixed signals. For the most part, like most people tend to believe that I do have some pussy getting potential. But every now and then I'll get a car to who be like, nah, you ain't got it. But you know what? That's cool too. So Joba something says, I got off 4chan like 2.5 years ago. But periodically, I like to go back to that time. Wish my main care in the world were still Jews. Ha 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 ha. If you make it, don't forget your roots, bros. I would never forget. Thanks for that comment, Joba. And then Siege264 says, I agree. You have a similar musical vibe as an artist as Uzi. I definitely get his vibes listening to your tracks. And I don't even listen to a lot of Uzi Vert, but from what I have heard, I know, like, that's my dream collaboration. A Chad Marco Uzi Vert collaboration. Let's make it happen.